Hi, Kelly. Welcome to your reading. Thank you again for requesting one of the specials for this month. This is the Crow reading for you, and you wanted to focus on your career. So, there are a couple of things. I did pull up your chart and I did look quickly to see if you had any significant transits, which you actually do. So, I will cover one of those that I saw. And let's get started on the cards first, and then we'll cover that. So, the first thing I like to do is pick or choose a card essentially that describes what is going on presently. Oh, pardon the glare. When it comes to your career, kind of the energy around you at this time. And you got this beautiful eclipse mermaid. It's very synchronistic that it's happening today when Mercury is eclipsing the sun, right? So it's kind of nice that that showed up for you. It ties in nicely also with what we will talk about with your in regards to the transit with your chart. But what I do want to say mainly about this card is that there may be a restlessness that you're experiencing due to change about to occur, change that needs to happen, and it's going to happen anyway. So I don't know if there's kind of a resistance for change, or maybe it's something that you want change when it comes to your career. So I like that it's red because you do have, as we will discuss, some wands here. The wands and red and the color red really go with passion, with inspiration, with your career, with what you actually want to do with yourself and with your job. And so I like that that energy showed up here for you because it looks like the changes that are going to be made are going to put you in a position where you're going to feel more fulfilled with what you do. It could be that what you are doing presently you've grown out of, like it no longer brings fulfillment or meaning, or it just doesn't interest you as much, like you don't feel passionate about it. It could be there's something there that you are just not feeling as much anymore. So, this is all really nice because it really is signifying that there is this change coming, and this change needs to go in the direction of something that you are feeling more passionate about. And as we will talk later with your transit, I'll elaborate on that. So, before we get onto that, I do want to talk about the tarot cards here. So, I like to see what things from the past, as far as gifts, experiences, talents, that you have acquired over time, that you can move forward with, and that will help you in this new path that you're about to embark on. So I love this card. This is actually traditionally the Six of Cups in tarot. Hopefully I don't get that awful glare here. Let me bring it up here. As you can see, you've got a little lovely crow here, and he's got his little six cups right here in the sunflower. So immediately what came to mind is that you have already some experience in from your past. It could be something that you pursued even in college, that you started off wanting to do, and then you kind of got diverted and you chose to do something different, or maybe it was a different opportunity that presented to you that you thought, hey, why not? And then that kind of put you on a completely different path to lead you where you are now. But I feel like you're going to be pulled towards a direction that is going to involve talents that you've already acquired. So I don't think that this new direction you're taking is going to be entirely new to you. I feel like it's something that you've always wanted to do, and you're feeling this desire to finally pursue it after all this time that you've spent in a certain career. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to change industries altogether. It can just mean that now you're ready to pursue a different position, even in the industry that you're in, something that you're just feeling more passionate about. So that's primarily what's coming here. And for some reason, I'd love your feedback. I'm really feeling strongly that this is something that you may have studied in school. For some reason, school is coming up, and I don't know if you're even thinking about more education, but school is coming up strongly for you, and I do feel that it is connected to your past. So definitely let me know what that, how that speaks to you and what that can mean, because that's just coming up for you. Now, the other ones, as you can see, I like to read these as a story. You can see this crow is sitting here, and then he's standing on this ledge, and then he's flying away in a direction. So I love that it's almost like here you are, it could be where, everywhere you've been and you've kind of been sitting here, you're looking at these crows over here that are flying, and you're thinking, you know what, it's time for me to change and kind of see things from a different perspective and pursue a new avenue. So here you are now, and you've got the Seven of Wands here. I'll put that up a little closer. Now, what this means is, because it's on this crow is on the ledge, it almost means that you have to trust in this new opportunity that may present itself, or that you willingly take, that you pursue and you put into action. So there's definitely this new direction, and it looks like if you are to face any adversity whatsoever, you're on top. So, have no fears of this change that is about to happen. And if there's, this kind of goes into, if you're hesitant to make a change, like you think, oh, if you have these worries that it's not going to go as you'd hope, or any kind of hesitations that you have, you should really kind of put to the side and really see that you're on top, and to definitely take a leap of faith. So that's what I really like about this card that showed up here for you. And also what I like about this is that you've got these crows at the bottom, and it looks like they are encouraging. They're almost encouraging this crow, which would be you, to take that leap. I mean, this crow isn't gonna fall to its death, it's gonna fly, right? So not only is it, a guaranteed leap of faith, pretty much, it looks like, that nothing's going to happen that you wouldn't want, because you're going to be able to fly. And so these crows are here almost encouraging. So this kind of tells me too that you have support around you in helping you to make this change. And also it could be people around you that are encouraging you, whether this is coworkers or people, friends, groups of people that are going to encourage you on this new path. So I definitely feel a new path and a change for you. Now we've got the Knight of Wands, which is lovely, because this is kind of telling me that, as you can see, going back to the ledge, the crow jumped and now is flying, and it's flying with this beautiful horse. And again, it's wands, so this is all about passion, it's about career, it's about action. So this is really you moving in a new direction. So I'm definitely seeing this happening. So even if right now you are hesitant to make any changes, a big change is coming, and it could be that it's not happening this year, but as we will discuss here in a bit, you're going to see these changes start to kind of, I would say, take place or pull you in a new direction. Especially this coming next 2 years are going to be really important for you. And horse is what I love. Before we get onto the transit, the horse here with the crow is really a representation of freedom. So this shift and this change in directions that you're going to be taking is going to kind of make you feel more liberated. You're going to have a little more freedom. So this could be something that you are trying to figure out, if you can get into a position that's going to kind of free up your time a little more. And the reason I'm also pulled to say that is because you've had some interesting transits that I could tell that there's been kind of this juggling with home life and your career. So it could be that you've been wanting to free up your your schedule, either where it comes to your home or career. There's some kind of juggling and balance there that needs to take place. So, whichever direction you decide to go in and that you're pulled to do, think about what is going to give you more freedom, because that is really something that is going to help you and you're going to feel really good about. So, that is the big message here. Now, what I wanted to talk about, and it really fits in nicely with this Knight of Wands, is that you are going to go, or you're going to be experiencing what's called a Uranus opposition. Now, the Uranus opposition occurs when it's called a midlife transit, even though, our life expectancy is a lot longer these days. Back in the day, it would be considered that we've lived half of our lives at this point. But what this means is that you've come to a point in your life where you are going to want to step into what it is that you really want to do. What is it that you authentically feel? What is it that you want to do in the world that is coming from your authentic space? So, meaning not what other people expect from you, but what you really want to do. So it could be going back to, your college years here, where it could be that, you wanted to do art, let's say, but you were expected to get that job in management, and so you had to do that to pay the bills, and so that's what you did. And now you've come to a point in your life where you realize that you're not going to be here forever, and this is your life, and it's yours to also enjoy, and it is a time for you to do the things that you were put on this earth to do. So it really, what Uranus does is it kind of comes in and shakes things around. It brings a lot of restless energy, because it's really trying to tear apart what is no longer something that you feel passionate about, what has grown stale, like old structures that just really do not have firm roots anymore because there's nothing fueling them, right? There's no passion fueling these old structures. So when it comes to your career, and particularly for you where your Uranus is placed, it is happening where your finances are involved. So a change again in how you earn your money is going to be affected by how you present yourself to the world and what you do in the world. So your career, your job is definitely going to be affected. So if you are feeling this restless energy about what it is that you should be doing, that is completely normal. If you're kind of undecided, like suddenly you feel like, oh my gosh, I was just happy with this job and now I'm just kind of sick of it and I want to do something entirely different that I've always wanted to do. That is Uranus working its magic on you. And what I love using as an example is Uranus. A Uranus transit is almost like being thrown into like a not a dishwasher, but the washing machine. You're kind of just like swirled around and then you're like spit out. But even though it may feel chaotic while you're going through it, once you're out, you're in a much better position. You feel more freedom. You feel lighter because you've kind of just let go of what has been burdening you and feeling heavy and you just didn't want to deal with anymore. And it just frees you up to pursue your life purpose. And that's really important. So that is a huge transit that you are about to go through. And I feel like you're already feeling this. I do want to give you the exact dates of when this is going to happen, because this is when it's going to peak. So beginning in July of 2020, it's going to come just like 1 degree away from your natal Uranus, meaning that you're really going to start feeling that shift. And it could be when you actually start taking the steps to make changes that you prefer. And then it's going to hit exactly in May of 2021. Uranus does move slower than all the other planets, but it also has retrogrades, which kind of makes it kind of go backwards and then forward. So, or at least it appears that way, but I'm just telling you, like, on a chart. So it's not going to be until May of 2021 where it's going to hit that exact conjunction with your Uranus, and that's really where you're going to feel like the peak of this transit. But Uranus does shake things up, and it's already close to your close to that opposition. So I'm sorry, it's not hitting your exact Uranus, it's opposing it. So please excuse that. That is not what's happening. That doesn't happen until you're like 84 years old. So you're not there yet. So I really wanted to cover that. So that Uranus opposition is going to happen. You'll feel it pretty strongly beginning in July of 2020. You may even feel it sooner than that pretty strongly, even now. But that exact opposition will happen in May of 2021. So this is really exciting. I am curious to see what direction you are contemplating. But what I want to also say, because there is the eclipse card and then also Uranus, is if you have a choice between doing something that is more traditional and another option that is more kind of unorthodox and can even shock people, that is the path you're meant to take. So you're really meant to do things differently now, different than what you've been doing. There's definitely this shift, this energetic shift that's coming, and there's a reason why you're feeling this kind of restlessness with your career and your job. So I am really interested to see, if you give me some feedback here, what this new direction is that you're being pulled in. Because like I said, it doesn't have to be a complete change of industry. Oftentimes it kind of is. Sometimes people choose to quit their corporate job and do something that's more freelance, so it frees up their schedule, even though they're doing similar things, but they kind of choose to do their own thing. So there's definitely this shift happening, and I believe that it's going to be a very good shift for you. It's going to definitely free things up even for you and your family. I just feel like everything is going to be impacted in a positive way. So I hope that this reading brings you some clarity, some insights, some hope, and I will talk to you soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.